Have you ever had trouble paying attention in a workshop, lecture, or a meeting? Or maybe you've had lots of problems with your memory or your learning style. Like me, maybe you have trouble remembering the names of all the people that you've met throughout your life or the people that you've just met. It turns out that the root of this problem is the fact that 99% of people never learn how to learn, and furthermore, they never learn how to use the miracle that is their brain. It turns out that the human brain is capable of so many amazing things, and so many of these things are untapped by humanity as a whole, and you yourself as a person as well. Therefore, in this video, I really want to welcome you to starting your journey to transforming your own mind and boosting your own understanding of your amazing human brain. I want to welcome you to Davinci Mind, where we're going to start this journey and supply you with the transformation that you need to change your life and your brain. My name is Kenny Aronson, and really quickly, really briefly, I want to give you an overview of where Davinci Mind came from, where I fit in, and I want to talk about the amazing transformation that I found and made for myself, and how you can also do the same thing for yourself and change your life, change your brain. So let's go ahead and turn the clocks back to many years ago, back when I was a child. Now, as a child, I was highly creative and imaginative. I would spend hours outside playing around in the yard, just letting my imagination go wild. And I really found a lot of happiness in doing this. And furthermore, as a child, I was also highly curious about the world around me and the natural learning process. I really loved to learn amazing things about the world, about nature, about everything that was around me. Specifically, I remember being highly interested in rocks, in minerals, in crystals, geology, and volcanoes. I know that might sound weird as a kid, but it was just something that really interested me. Specifically also, I remember one of these years, I was with my friends, and it was at our neighbor's house. And for one of these summers, we spent the entire summer digging out this huge rock in the ground. And we spent the whole summer digging it out. This rock was huge. We had to get a huge crowbar out to get it up. But when this was done, I picked out the little crystals, and I felt like a little treasure hunter, a little explorer doing this. And in doing this, I learned so many things about different rocks and crystals, and just having fun in the world. So what we can get from this is I was naturally curious, and I loved learning about the world around me. So let's go ahead and fast forward to many years later, once I got into high school and college, maybe even middle school. If you looked at me then as compared to when I was a little kid playing outside and digging up rocks, it'd be radically different. I wouldn't even look like I was the same person. Like, I changed completely. I looked like a robot or a zombie going around throughout my classes. I was lifeless. The creativity and imagination that I had as a kid that was so important, it seemed to disappear. It was buried in my memories or something. And my love for the learning process, that also went out the window. I would go through classes and become increasingly bored, and it would get worse and worse as time went on. A part of this is just the way that I was taught to learn, and my thinking patterns as a child and a teenager. It started to compound because I was taught to learn by repetition. And it's not my teacher's fault, it's not my fault, it's just the way that most people are taught to learn. But unfortunately, it turns out this isn't very good for the brain. It's not exciting for the learning process. And by the time that I was in my senior year, I started just falling asleep in class. It was getting worse and worse. It still happened throughout college. And I did okay in school because I put in a lot of time, but once the test was done, that information, it just escaped my brain. I thought that I was just cursed with the world's worst memory and learning aptitude. But eventually, after time, not too long ago, a couple years ago, I made a discovery and an insight into myself that changed my entire life, my entire viewpoint of, myself, my memory, my intelligence, all these different things. And it was really important. So it might be by coincidence, or, it might have meant to have happened. It was just one morning I was watching a PBS special on the human brain and its amazing potential. It was during one of my breaks from college, so I had a lot of time to do this, and I was interested in this topic. And during this documentary, I saw amazing feats about the human brain. Normal people like me doing amazing things. They could perform huge calculations in their mind. People would draw entire pictures of cities from memories. I was dumbfounded by this. I figured that after watching this, there must be something that I am missing. And after watching this, I set out to find that thing that I was missing. So I spent countless hours reading dozens of books, taking courses, watching movies about memory, watching documentaries. But most importantly, I also took action. I put the knowledge into practice and into training. At first, I didn't see a lot of success with my mind and memory. I was still looking for that one thing that was going to help me. And over time, with more trial and error and more learning and testing, I did find a methodology, some information, and some training that really transformed my own mind, memory, and learning. This was huge for me. It definitely changed my life. So at first, I started to see an increased capacity for my memory. As a child and a teenager and a young adult, I always had trouble remembering the names of the people I just met and the people that I met throughout my life. But I no longer had this problem. When I would go to my classes in engineering school, I no longer had difficulty remembering the long formulas and the mathematical laws that I needed to know. But that's not it, actually. After practicing them and continuing to train my mind, do you remember the creativity and imagination that I lost as a teenager or a young adult? It seemed that I had actually dug this up and I rekindled it. I started to apply this to my learning process, my day-to-day life, and my ideas for my business and everything that I do. I thought this was really cool because it's been a long time since I've been in that mind state. But that's actually not all. Most importantly, I rekindled my love for the learning process. This was extremely important to me because now I understand that learning is the most important thing for human growth and reaching your fullest potential in your career, your life, or your relationship. So since this was so important to me and so beneficial, now my ultimate number one goal for my life, my business, and everything that I'm doing right now is to bring this same benefit to you guys as well. This directly led to the founding of Davinci Mind. I think that understanding our own intelligence and the human brain is very important for ourselves and the future of humanity. This is the ultimate goal for everything that we do at Davinci Mind. We want to help you understand your own brain, your own intelligence, your memory, your creativity, but most importantly, I want to help you apply it. I want to help you train your brain because that's the way you're going to make a massive transformation and rewire the way that your brain works, which is the ultimate benefit. We put this into all the content and the projects that we put out there through Davinci Mind. So whether it's through our information products like the Davinci Mindset podcast, our blog, or our social media channels, or our advanced training regimens and products like the Davinci Mind Training System, we're really here to help you rewire your brain and make a massive change. I'm very optimistic about the future of humanity. And I think it's very important as we move forward to also accelerate our understanding of our brains, our memories, and intelligence, not just as society, but individuals as well. You've probably seen that the world is changing rapidly, and it's going to continue to change faster and faster. This is why the ability to learn and adapt quickly is the most important thing for you to learn. Not just right now, but I think it's also going to get even more important in the future. And ultimately, that's what we are here to do at Davinci Mind. If I made this huge transformation for myself, then you can definitely do it for yourself too. And that's what I'm here to help you do. And that's what Davinci Mind is all about. Together, we're going to help bring prosperity to individuals, families, and businesses everywhere in the Davinci Mindset community.